welcome to Nerdpodcast. Alright, that was lame. Alright, so tonight we're talking about shit in our lives.
Yeah.
That's happened.
Yep. Memories.
Memories are good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's start this off. Well, how's things been going for you?
They've been going lame.
Alright.
Yep. That's my story.
Nothing's happening. Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, Wheel of Fortune.
Living it up every day.
Yep. People win money. Get letters. Make letters. Appear on boards.
Alright, I accept that. Alright. Me, on the other hand, Obamacare. Keeping it real. Alright, so the topic of the night is favorite childhood toy.
Alright, the topic is favorite.
That is the topic of the night.
Let's start when we were very, very, very young.
Alright.
So, like...
Wait, we're gonna have, like... Are we gonna do this, like...
We should do this, like, year by year. Like, as you
Year
grew
by
up.
year.
As you grew up, your favorite toy changed,
We'll
didn't
just pick a couple favorite toys.
Alright.
Off the top of your head, everyone. Talk about it.
Off the top of my head, trampolines. Because literally off the top of my head, I'm like, that's not really a toy, but man, I loved them. Dude, you remember at Dad's?
Syracuse?
Yeah. That's all we did during the whole summer is trampoline.
What was that kid's name?
Gerald?
Gerald, buddy.
Man, I really thought you were talking about Jim.
My little African American buddy. He's cool.
Dude, you remember when Jimmy...
What'd Jimmy do?
Was that over there when we were playing hide and seek and he ran into the clothesline?
Chris, don't forget to address the people.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Alright, what happened?
Yeah, we were playing hide and seek. It was like the sun was going down. It wasn't even all the way down.
Oh, yes.
So he like clotheslined.
Full
himself.
speed run, sprinting. And he runs right into the clothesline. Right into him in the neck.
Yeah, right in the neck. I remember watching it. He did a flip, pretty much backwards flip.
Oh, that poor bastard.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Little skinny white kid running across the field. And usually you
It
could
was
see
like
him,
a
but it
girl.
was so dark. It was really dark.
It was really
You couldn't
dark.
see where he was
Mm.
going. All I hear is, ugh! And I hear
I think the sun was going down. He was just running so fast that he just didn't even see it.
it was pretty dark. It was that dusk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right between.
I remember hearing him hit.
Dude, I remember running.
I heard-
he was running.
Yeah, he didn't go, he just went, whoop! And I hear, bam, on the ground. Then I hear, oh! And I'm like, what the hell happened? What's going on, What's going on, Jimmy? I don't know, I ran into something in my neck.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He went upstairs and looked at it, and he was just like, right across his neck.
It looked like somebody tried to choke him with like
We were
something.
way off topic.
Yeah. But,
Anyways, back to the trampoline. Why do you look at the trampoline? It's the worst thing ever.
uh,
Toy, man.
like, I don't know.
Want me to pick one?
Yeah.
So that was your first one.
Yeah.
It's such a bad fucking toy.
Whatever, man. It's the best toy ever.
Our mom and dad were kind of not rich. When I say not, I mean they're dirt poor. Yeah. We didn't really get a lot of toys, but me being the oldest, I got a little bit of an advantage because I was the first one up.
Yeah, toys.
One of my favorite early childhood toys would have to be my Voltron Full Metal figure. Yay big. Bigger than Godzilla.
Thinking back, like in my childhood, like my favorite toys were your toys.
Yeah.
You got all the best toys. I was like, Voltron, yeah.
Well,
I'll play with it with you. Like, let's go.
I still remember getting Voltron brought up to my grandparents' house, and my grandpa's like, "What? I think he thought it was something with the work of the devil." Well, then he started playing with it. He's like,
It's very Christian, guys.
This is very cool. Us being fans of Power Rangers, Transformers, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Voltron was one of the original animes. Actually, I watched. That's an anime too.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
80s.
I enjoyed how I could take it apart and have like 5 different characters fighting each other, then coming together. And I had other action figures. Nothing as cool as Voltron, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd have them fight. It'd be the end all, like the master disaster. Like you'd have all your other figures and you'd be fighting this huge war and have the tigers and stuff fighting, and they all come together and be like, "Oh, you're done."
Dude.
Pop, pop, pop.
Oh man, I love it. Seriously. Action figures in general are my favorite. Just because
I love action figures. Yeah.
Very eyes.
Well, that's one of the reasons. I like Voltron. I remember we got another one of my favorites. We got Megazord. We had Megazord.
It's awesome.
And that reminded me a lot of Voltron. Obviously, right there.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, you can go on your next one. Whatever you think.
I mean,
There's gotta be a toy. There's got to be a toy.
there's got to be a toy. Like, what are some toys that we have to make together? I really don't remember. My favorite toys were like video games. You remember how often I played video games?
Yeah, I do.
It's true.
You don't have any favorite action figures?
Yeah, that Wolverine that we had. That Wolverine that we had was awesome.
I don't know what Wolverine it is. He's got huge claws in his feet.
Like
Huge claws.
Huge shoulder
Yeah,
pads.
he's got huge shoulder pads. I don't know what it's from.
He's got no mask on.
I think he had a mask. He had a helmet or something. Don't you remember? I don't know what.
I don't recall that Wolverine. Oh yeah,
But
he might have. Yeah.
That Wolverine, I still have it. It's still in my game room that I have, and we've had it 15 years.
Probably. I don't know.
At least a decade.
At least 10. Yeah.
At least that.
We should really show it on the next video. Like, this is the Wolverine we're telling you about.
It had to be over 10 years because I would have been 22 when we got it.
I love that Wolverine so much.
It's like 15 years old.
Man.
It's
It's
freaking
freaking old, man.
and no matter what figure we had, we were fighting. Even like Power Ranger stuff, it would always make it's Wolverine. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's Wolverine.
Just, I don't know. I would always play with action figures. That's just my favorite thing to do.
I'm bringing that up. This leads into us playing in the mud with our cousins Adam and John.
Oh, man.
We would always bring our figures out there. We'd have cars, monster trucks, action figures, and we'd dig holes and let the water run down. We'd make dams and stuff, have huge water pools and stuff around us.
Dude, I love that so much.
Oh, man.
I want to do it tomorrow.
Like, go right now. Screw this, we're done. We're out of here.
Alright, bud. Let's go. Like, it's raining out right now. We can do it.
Man, it's freaking freezing out, dude.
No, it's not. It's warmer than yesterday.
I'm kind of pumped to do it, like, if I have kids.
Like, see, kids, this is what we used to do.
We used to play in the mud with the action figures. It's real.
Put your iPad down. Alright?
Don't put it in the mud. No iPad for you. You're dead.
Yeah, you're grounded. You can't have that anymore. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we used to get wrestling action figures too.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I forgot about
We used
that
to have,
shit.
like, rings.
Remember this? Yeah, I remember the Undertaker. Oh, another thing I had. Oh, I had
back to him now.
the Ghostbusters house.
Mm-hmm.
And the first day I got it, I brought it home. Mom and Dad told me, "Don't put the slime in it. Don't use the slime." What did I do? Went in the bedroom. I was like, all slime right to the top because it went down because it had like holes on top, and I put it right on top of all my characters and stuff.
So bad.
Mom walks in 2 minutes later. What the hell? I was like,
You're an asshole kid. I love
That's fun, man. Such a good time.
You
Though.
just wanted to have fun.
God, I really did.
Like, you were sick and tired of the man bringing you down.
The man.
The man being the parents.
This guy.
Fuckers. Trying to ruin my fun.
That's
Trying
like
to play with action figures and mud.
my mom. I want to do a podcast with her. We'll probably do it with her. One time, we would never clean our room. Ever. It was seriously. It was
We'd
like
rather
a trash
wrestle.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were really into wrestling. This is like really good wrestling too. It was coming out of the 80s and the 90s. Like, we loved the 80s wrestling. We loved the 90s wrestling. We loved it all.
Red Hand and Heart.
Undertaker.
You know,
When he was younger.
Hulkmania.
Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man. Yeah, everybody. Jake Snake. We were all there.
Yeah.
But
All the ones.
we had all these posters because we used to get the magazines because we loved it so much. And she warned us for 5 days. 5 days straight. She would come in like every 3 hours. You better clean your room and rip those posters down. You better clean the room. We're going to rip these damn posters down. We were always like, oh, yeah. Then she'd go out and be like, fuck you. We're playing video games. We're beating the shit out of each other.
Yep.
Stupid boys. So one day she comes in. I don't know. She's like, I have to do it. Like, she even told me, she's like, I have to do this. Or they're never going to, like, do what I say. She just comes in. She's like, that's it. We all just know. We're just looking at each other like, oh shit, shit's going down. Like, bombs over back.
I'm cleaning the room right now.
It's all over. We're gonna clean. We start.
Don't
We're gonna clean. Don't worry, Mom. Don't worry. She's like, nope. You had 5 days. This is it. She just comes in, rips down everything. We were crying. It was like somebody like fucking took a knife, stabbed in our hearts. We were so passionate about those posters. We'd fight over the posters. Like, that one's mine. No, that one's mine. Yeah. I remember the Undertaker one being the big one. Yeah. Nobody wanted to like give that one up. But man, when she ripped them down, holy fuck, she like destroyed a childhood.
Yeah.
God, it was rough, dude.
That's our childhood in a nutshell. Ripping the posters down.
And then we cleaned our room.
Of our life.
We cleaned our room.
Yep.
I don't think we ever got back on the posters again. I think we were just too heartbroken from it.
You know what I did when I was a kid? I rode my bike.
I rode on skateboard too.
I did a lot of that.
Did you use skateboard too?
Yeah.
Because the skateboard was cool.
I did a lot more
Biking.
than anything. I always used to, like, whenever I was in, like, a town, like, it didn't matter where I was, I would just always be hanging out outside, like, somewhere in the town. Or biking around or something.
Yeah, it's hanging out with other kids.
Yeah.
Never
just
inside.
hanging out with friends. I would never be inside.
I know.
So, like, all my toy memories are just, like, from when I was bored. Like, I'm not going out today, I'm just going to play with toys. Like, I don't even remember.
I remember in 1993, We had a huge snowstorm, huge, like up past our doors, and the snow started melting. Man, oh man, there were some huge fucking water things coming down the road and stuff. We would build gates and stuff on those, and we were playing with our action figures and that was fucking awesome because you can never replicate that. How can you replicate that? You can't do that. It was amazing.
That's the truth.
That and we dug out a tunnel, and Matt was in it, our other cousin, and fell on him, and we had to get him out of there before he died. His head was sticking out, so he wasn't dying, but it was still like, oh my god, Matt got crushed by it.
God, I feel like we all almost died.
yeah,
Like, this close. You know,
me and Kyle fighting.
it's scary. Yeah. Yeah, I had an infection in my thumb. What was that and that?
We play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
His thumb like rotted out. He got like infections on his arm. My dad looks at him. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Well, what happened was I got a blister in my thumb from sliding my thumb too much on like video games.
Mortal Kombat Law. Actually, I remember you saying something like that.
Fighting games.
Fighting games.
You had to slide your thumb to fucking do it.
You gotta slide your thumb.
And like I felt like I was really good at it. But anyways,
What the hell's that dude? Dying.
anyways, I got really good at one-handed playing on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
During that time when I couldn't use my hand, man. I remember we had that racing game we ran. I don't know how I remember this because I was so happy about it. I had one hand, and, like we rented a racing game. It was like some kind of Jeep game, like off-road. Like I got so good at it with one hand. I was beating you guys with one hand.
PS1?
Yeah.
I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we rented it.
Yeah,
Like,
we rented a lot of games back then, by the way.
Yeah.
We always rented.
Well, that was the thing back then.
Yeah.
You know,
Even through Nintendo all the way up.
just all the time. Yeah, really though. Like my pastime, like when I was younger, it was like riding bikes and like playing video games.
That's crazy.
That was what I did.
It's so weird how much things have changed. Now,
Yeah, pretty much the
Angry
same.
Birds. We
Well, yeah.
didn't have Minecraft. Can you imagine if we had Minecraft? Think about
Dude.
that. Our lives have been fucking done.
Yeah, Minecraft's awesome.
I know.
Still my first time I saw it.
Alright, well, so if you had to pick one toy, what would it be?
I had one toy.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it really is.
I think I'd stick with mine. You think about yours. I had little plastic Mega Man toys. I had a Proto Man and Mega Man. I think I had a roll Dr. Wily. And I used to play with him all the time for like 3 years. And I wasn't that young. I was like 10 years old, but it was just one of my favorite things. I don't know why. They're just little plastic figures. And I always had him fight. And I remember my Uncle Pete. He brought me to one of his college classes, and I just sat there the whole time playing with him. I was the cute kid in college class, playing with my little plastic figurines, making them, using sound effects. Teacher stopped looking at me and smiled, and I was like, "This is awkward." Stop looking at me. I'm playing my Mega Man.
Stop looking at me right now, please. Like, give me 10 minutes. I think my favorite, actually, now that I think about it, when I was younger, was like Matchbox cars.
Oh yeah. Man,
Those are considered toys, right? Matchbox cars.
Hells yeah, dude. Fucking nerd.
Dude, I used to fucking love collecting them. That, and like when I was like 10, Pokemon.
Fucking
Pokemon cards,
yeah.
Pokemon toys, just
Pokemon.
anything. God, I was so obsessed.
Pokemon's a great thing to get into, especially when you're a kid. I mean, it's just like, it's one of those franchises that never lets you
Dude.
down. It's right there, you know?
I'm so happy like I was in the Pokemon era when it first came out. Red and blue. Back in the day. I remember fucking Jimmy showed me that game.
Jesus.
He's the one that showed me that.
Way back when.
Yeah, fucking, I remember
Playing
we used to-
PS1s, like, here you go, look at this. Like, what the hell is this?
Dude, we'd have to like, we didn't have any memory card for PS1s, by the way. We used to like beat Resident Evil in one sitting.
I remember this shit.
Beat Resident Evil in one sitting every time.
How did we do it? How?
Dude, if I was that good at video games right now, dude, I feel like we could speedrun that game. Just saying.
There's a lot of games you can speedrun. They're really good games.
Like, we could do it. Why is
Dude. Oh, man. Hardcore memory. Hardcore memory of one of your toys. RC car.
Oh my god. It wasn't even, yeah, it was an RC car. Remote
Dude,
control.
yeah. Remote control car.
Dude, it wasn't even a car, it was a truck.
It met its demise. It was...
Oh, it was so perfect for back
Let's
then,
set it
dude.
up for him. It's a warm day. My mom has a horse.
It was for my birthday.
Yeah, it was for your birthday. You didn't have
I don't know if
grandma.
it was like the same day or like the next day.
I think it
I
was
think
the
it
next...
was the same day.
No, it was the next day.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure I took that right out. It was like, let's
might
go.
have been.
Yeah, so anyways, I got that for my birthday, and it was fucking awesome. It was an RC truck.
It was fast, man. It
RC truck.
was great,
It
yeah.
was one of the better ones I ever had. And then we had a horse, and we had a great idea
To scare the horse.
to scare the horse.
You
Yeah.
were to scare the horse.
That was going to be the greatest thing ever. I don't know why, but we scared the horse, and then the horse killed my RC car. So
He just bucked down on it like, it was just like, it scared him, and then he went, boom, and it was like, crunch,
I
gone.
think he nade up, or like
He did. He
name,
just
like,
went
came
up
right
and
down.
bam, yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, like how fast that thing was, and like the chances of like him coming right down with a hoof right on it, that's pretty hardcore.
It was freaking nuts, dude.
That's a pretty small chance.
It's just crazy that mom spent all that money. We had to show her. We had to bring back like, here it is, mom.
She spent a lot of money on that.
Well,
you know what?
Pissed.
I was pissed.
Yeah, you were pissed.
I was fucking.
It happened. You're like, fuck. And I was like,
amazing.
it was awesome.
It was
Because
totally
it was
worth
mine.
Dude, that would have been perfect for that driveway. I'm just saying, all dirt and like.
God, yeah, it would have. See, we had a sand pit, man.
You know what though? That would have fucked that RC car up bad. I would have took it in the dirt and like 2 days later it would have been done because it was so dirty.
It was. I don't care for you. It was worth it for me, man. It was fucking awesome.
You know, this is a good memory I'll never forget. I'll never forget that.
God damn. All right. We've had fun with that. Let's move on to the next.
You know what? BB guns. I shot
Philip.
Shot Philip in the ear. Just saying.
All right.
And shot a window out.
What's one toy? No, you know what? Let's not do that one.
Let's not do
Well,
that.
before we get to that one, let me talk about something. I was just talking to my mom tonight, our mom, about Nintendo when we got it. She was like, "Oh yeah, you guys had the Nintendo. You played all the games on it. You loved it. It was great." And I was like, "Yeah, we did. It was really fun." What year did we get that? She's like, "What did she say?" We got our Nintendo in 1992.
Wow.
You know when Super Nintendo came out in America? 1991.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
And Sega had already been out for years.
88,
85.
85.
86?
No,
I think it soft launched in 85. It launched in 86.
It
Anyways,
came out in Japan first.
Super Nintendo's been out for years. Sega has been about 3 years, 2 years, a couple years at least. We were way behind. We didn't know though. We were kids.
They were so expensive though.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, like it's just.
Well, it
like
went down
buying
a price when we got it.
Yes.
Well, the big deal for us, the thing that got us going was Mario 3.
It's just like buying a Sega today, though. Or like a PS4. PS4, you buy a PS4, it's like $400. Yeah, same thing. It's like
Well, yeah, I mean, the same price range, yeah, kind of. But when we got our Nintendo, it was cheaper. I think honestly, she might have got it for a deal of $99. It's a great deal.
yeah, that sounds about right.
It's a freaking good deal for a new Nintendo.
Came with a couple games, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had Mario, regular Mario, and we loved the Muppets game. She kept talking about it, and I asked her about it.
Dude.
I remember looking at the Muppets game a couple days ago on YouTube, and the game's fucking awesome.
I feel
It's
like
fun
there's
game.
so many games I can name that we loved.
Dude, there's so many games I can't name that we loved.
It's the same with like PS1. There's so many games I can name on the system.
Oh yeah.
Like anything.
Well, just looking back at it, it boggles my mind that the Super Nintendo was out. I didn't know anything about it really.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis was out. Didn't know
Dude,
anything about that. Really.
We got it in '92, you said? 91?
92. 91. No, we got it in 92. Yeah, 92.
PS1 came out in '95. Yeah, but
Do you remember when PS1 came out?
In
I didn't
that
know anything about PS1.
that's only like 10 years though from Nintendo to PS1. You gotta think about that. It's a short range compared to like systems now. It's like 10 years for one system.
Alright, saying this. Alright. We had our Nintendo. We played a lot of good games on it.
Oh,
Mega
yeah.
Man 4 was like our go-to. Mega Man 4 was our game.
We would have had like 3 times as many games on Nintendo anyways.
We ran games every day. Like, every weekend.
Yeah.
We'd run a game.
We'd had a lot more games than that.
We moved up to Sega Genesis. Probably, I'd say, not even that many years later. Just maybe a year or two later.
Yeah.
Because Mom wanted to play Sonic. Dad,
Yeah.
Christine, and Randy, they all wanted to play Sonic.
I mean, the first time I remember playing Genesis is over at
Philip?
Frank's.
Yeah, he had Altered Beast.
Yeah, he had the big Mega Drive one.
Yeah.
Dude,
The
I remember
original
that.
Genesis one.
Dude,
The big model.
16-bit.
It's fucking, what the hell was it? HD graphics or console? I can't remember the hell it said on top of it.
HD effects or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
GFX probably.
Dude, it was so good. I remember seeing Altered Beasts, and that was a big deal. Oh, Phil got a... What? I love Sega Genesis, don't get me wrong. Actually, I think Sega Genesis was our big system.
Dude,
We
Sega
played
Genesis was my big system because like when I lived at Dad's in Syracuse and none of you guys lived there, that's when the same house, the Brown House.
That's when you got 32X and all that.
That's when I had 32X and Sega Genesis, and I had like probably 30, 40 games for all of it. But yeah,
Sega Genesis at Dad's?
That was my system. That
I
was
might forget to edit that out.
Yeah, man. I had
But even before
30s.
that, the Adam and John's, we had
Sega Genesis.
just tons of games. Yeah, Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was the game.
When did Adam and John get a PS1?
I don't remember. But I remember in Canton having a Super Nintendo, and Kyle came up. He kept coming back to our house, and he was hanging out with this Adam kid, this big nerd, this freaking huge geek.
Yeah.
And I was like, why you keep hanging out with him? He's like, dude, he's got a PS1. I'm like, what the fuck's a PS1? He's like, Sony put it out, it's so good. I'm like, shut up, I got my fucking NHL 94, man. I'm gonna fucking rock it right now. You know, like, it was so cool for me.
Man.
And he just kept talking about it was 3D, and I'm like, shut up, I don't care about that.
Dude.
And then what changed everything? What changed everything? It like literally changed the gaming landscape was Final Fantasy VII. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Sony put tons of money behind that. So did Square Enix, and like, I remember going to Toys R Us and just putting my hands on it, playing the opening level with the train and everything. And I was like, man, fuck Super Nintendo, I'm ready for this shit. Like, it was the next thing.
The same thing happened to me with like PS2. Of course, we had Dreamcast out already.
That was
Like,
I got out of gaming. I bought my Nintendo 64. I played my PS1 games. I went through like tons of them, and I was like,
dude, I was so into gaming when Dreamcast was out.
Dreamcast is a console gamer's dream. When that came out, I was out of gaming. I was in Dragon Ball Z at that time, and then I remember I saw Sonic, and I was like, man, I kind of want to get back into gaming. The Dreamcast just seems like a great system, you know, because it had so many games.
Dude, were you there? I don't know if you were there, or was it Kyle, or I don't know if you were both there. But when we lived at Dad's in that brown house, we had a Dreamcast there, and the guy downstairs, the neighbor, had shit tons of Dreamcast games. We always used to borrow. And like we would play against him on games, like sports games. Yeah, dude. I don't know if that was just me. I don't know. How did I get a Dreamcast? I don't remember that. Somebody had a Dreamcast. I had a Dreamcast.
I had a Dreamcast.
Yeah. I had a Dreamcast there, and it must have been yours.
I just love that.
He had a beard, man.
I was hardcore in Sega's. I was a fanboy of Sega. I'm now on PS2. Shit. Yeah. Seriously, I think a lot of people really loved the Dreamcast. It gave up too easy. But they were hemorrhaging money.
You know what though? I
Moving
used
on.
to like Sega.
I love Sega. We loved everything.
There's still
32X Sega CD. We didn't care. They all sucked, but we loved it.
There's still a lot of things I like about Sega. I hate Sega. So I like recently.
Recently, they haven't put out the type of quality game that you want.
Well, it's gotten better actually. It's gotten better than like the past. Like,
if they don't bring Fantasy Star Online 2 over to America, I'm gonna riot.
I'm just gonna murder somebody.
And then I kind of get out of gaming again because I didn't want the PS2 to win. But the thing that brought me back, I'll tell you a story about this.
It pissed me off. The PS2 was still going. Guess what?
I know. I went over to Mom's house, and her friend was spending the night or something. She had a PS2, it has a DVD player in it.
I know what he's talking about.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, that's pretty cool. She's like, oh, I got these games, you know, like fucking Firework 1 or some shit, something else. And she's like, I got Final Fantasy 10. I was like, oh, Final Fantasy. I remember Final Fantasy, yeah. Because we used to play, I remember when I first started playing it, it was at Philip's house. Yeah, Final Fantasy 2, and I was like, I still remember, I was like, holy fuck, this game is awesome. This is so cool, the story. It was so great. And Mystic Quest, we played that with Matt Telford.
I was going to say, just
Mystic Quest and music. And I know it was super easy. We were young kids. So.
Even like GBA, regular GBA, I Final Fantasy on.
I know. God, I still have it. I have boxed.
Like Final Fantasy Adventure, I think it's called.
We're getting back to the story.
Yeah.
So I was at, she's like, try it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. I was really tired. Like, I was already ready to go to bed, but I figured I'd try it for like an hour. Final Fantasy 10.
Bad plan.
Yeah, bad plan. Put the game in. Like, as soon as they start talking, the music kicks in. I see this hardcore, like, just hardcore, heart-wrenching story. I'm thinking, holy fuck, what the hell is this shit about? This isn't a video game. This is something else. This is huge. So I play it for about 6 hours. Her friend's sleeping. She rolls over, she's like, hey, what do you think? And I was like, yeah, it's really, really good. About 32 hours later, I played 32 hours straight. I played Final Fantasy X 32 hours straight. She didn't have a memory card. I didn't own a PS2. And I had to leave. And I was like,
this is what we did.
Like, what happens? What happens in the story? So what I did was about a month later, I got a job and bought a PS2.
Yeah.
And then I played the shit out of that game. And then I was a PS2. After that, I bought a lot of PS2 games.
Yeah, dude.
It was so good.
Dude, I remember my friend having the PS or the FFX booklet, bringing it in on a bus, and I used to look at it. I'm like, yeah,
oh my god, it's so fucking.
We're rich enough to have a PS2 then. I'm like, oh
no,
God,
we're saying this right now. We're saying this right now. There's only 2 games that I put on my top list that are that good. I've got that, and I've got Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just for that generation.
We're just, I don't know. We like Halo.
There's just something special about those games.
Yeah. To us.
To us.
It's just us. That's just our opinion.
I don't even know if those are the best games. I played a lot of Zelda games. I love Mario games. There's so many freaking games out there. Like, there's Uncharted. Last of Us was so good.
So many.
If I had to pick the best game ever, and it wasn't just because of nostalgia, I'd probably say The Last of Us. Pretty goddamn close. I don't know. It's something you never played.
I don't know, man, though. Like, I was so out of video games, and then Skyrim came out. Dude, I played that fucking shit for like 48 hours straight.
That's true. It was something. It was a cultural phenomenon. Like, dude, Skyrim was.
I remember Sean, TeamSpeak. does not play games. He only played like APB. He was so out of it. Started playing Skyrim. He was like gone.
Zone rating.
He was done for a week. He's like, I can't stop. He was so good. It's like, man.
So there's one of those moments you got in Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, in video games. Bioshock.
Bioshock was so fucking good.
Everybody remembers Bioshock. It's just like, holy tongue.
And like they even like redid that with like Infinity. It's amazing.
Really looking back at Final Fantasy 3 or Final Fantasy 6, whatever you want to say, that really was one of the...
6 was the big...
That was a big turn because...
And 7.
Kafka, he won. Like, it was the first time you played a game and you watched and you're like, holy fuck, the world destroyed.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That was awesome.
And then you had to go back through and you had to fight your way back through.
Dude, it's the story. Seriously.
That was so good.
Like, back then they had to make a good story because then it wasn't graphics that were going to pull you in. Even if like you thought it looked good, it wasn't looking great.
It did look good. It had Mode 7 and that was fucking awesome. Parallax scrolling. It was... Yeah, that wasn't a lot of parallax. Was there a lot of parallax scrolling?
But I feel like when FF6 came out, it was really close to PlayStation era, or at least it might have been PlayStation era.
Well, that's kind of... Final Fantasy 7 started out on the Super Nintendo, and then it went on to the Nintendo 64. But then they were like, no, Sony, duh, there's way more... You could have real music on there. There was way more storage space. It was just the right call for that.
I don't know, man.
It's pretty insane.
It looked really good when it came out, really, especially for Super Nintendo.
I know. That was a big leap from Final Fantasy on Nintendo to Super Nintendo. Holy crap, really? We just like totally run off on like a completely different thing we were talking about. Anyways, alright.
What's going on?
Jesus
Where
Christ.
are we right now?
What the hell time is it? It's already past midnight.
Reactor.
Let's do a crazy one.
Yeah, I feel like I can't talk about anything else but video games. Like, I just want to talk about them all day.
Alright. Well, I'll ask you this then. I don't want to talk about video games still.
Yeah.
What, if you had to pick one,
Nope, can't do it.
if you had to, what's your favorite tactical game, like tactical RPG game of all time? I think I know you're going to say, and it's on the GBA.
No, maybe. That was the first thing that came to mind, and he said tactical, which could be like any number of things. But see, like tactical, like RTS, that's tactical. Because if I had to say RTS, I'd say
No, tactical RPG.
So like, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was what it would be.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorites actually. I spent days playing that.
What do you like about it? Like, what was it about it? That's one of the games I never played.
It was the job system, dude. It was how much you can customize like your party and like how many different things you can get. There's so many equipments, so many jobs, so many like specialties you can get into, you know.
Yeah.
Every job had its own abilities. It was just so good. And it wasn't too hard and it wasn't too easy.
See, that was the thing that turned me off with the PS1 one.
Yeah.
It's fucking way too
It
hard.
was way too hard.
Very complicated, convoluted. I read it and I was like, I'm gonna buy this game. And I played it and I played for a whole weekend and I just got stuck and I was like, I don't.
You wanted to like it so much, but it was just too hard for us.
Ready for mine?
Yeah.
Game you never played.
Game I never played?
Yep.
What is it?
It's on the PSP.
Alright.
It's not Final Fantasy Tactics.
No.
Even though the redrawn cinematics not really good.
Oh, that was good.
Joan d'Arc.
Yeah, I heard it.
Dude, I heard of it too and I was like, this game's stupid, I'm never gonna play this game. Then I saw it for like $2 or something at GameStop. I'm like, I'm gonna try this game, and I put it in and I couldn't put it down. Like, I had like next gen systems and I was just playing it nonstop. I don't know what it was. It was not too complicated, it was not too hard. If you really wanted to dive deep into it, you could dive the fuck into it, man. Like, it was just one of those games that I don't even like tactical games that much. That game was awesome.
Yeah.
And it played with like history and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you're Joan d'Arc. But there were twists in it, and there's like magic and shit. And you're like, oh man, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those games I really, really enjoyed on the PSP. If you guys have a PSP, I recommend that highly. And this GBA game, I have to check this out. I don't have it.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Best RTS. Like, seriously. Like, I could go back and play it right now, and I would still be
I
like,
would play Joan d'Arc too.
I would just play it just because there's so many hours of gameplay. Oh my god.
That reminds me of what's your favorite Legacy of Goku game? 2. Has to be 2.
It was 2 or 3.
It has to be 2.
I was more into
I put
2.
more into 2.
Well, the only reason I feel like I put more into 2 is because 1 wasn't nearly as good.
1 sucked. I beat 1.
From like
I fucking conquered 1. It fucking sucked.
I
The
mean, it
only
was
cool
still
part
good.
was fighting Frieza.
When it first came out, it was great. It was like, alright, cool, DBZ game, that's top down, it's fun. Kind of RPG-ish.
Yeah,
like,
then when 2 came
like,
out, totally blew it out of the water.
customization and all that was like fucking
It went by the story too. It
Yeah.
went by the story.
It was really
Then
good.
Boost 3.
3 came out and it was.
Nope.
I feel like it was just as good.
It was definitely just as good. It made me a little bit better.
But it just didn't like.
It didn't have the legacy of Goku name. It's just called Boost Fury. We don't know why.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
No reason for that, but like up that and then like it didn't up the quality from like compared to like 1 to 2. From 2 to 3, it was kind of like very similar games, basically the same game.
Well, they upped it as much as I could, I think, in 2.
Yeah, well,
the music quality was so good.
But it's not even really just about like quality of graphics or sound, but like the gameplay was basically the same thing. Like from like 1 to 2, the gameplay had changed quite a bit, and there's a lot more customization and stuff.
Yeah,
it was definitely better.
Have you watched Attack on Titan yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god,
I haven't seen it like any anime.
They keep calling it The Walking Dead in Japan. It's The Walking Dead for Japan. It's really, really good. Well, anyways, them and Marvel are they're having a thing that's going to be interesting. I'm sad you haven't seen that, which means we can't talk about it because you haven't seen it. Fail.
Epic fail.
Epic fail. Favorite anime.
I mean, we already know this, FMA.
Huh?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal.
Or Scribe.
I think mine has to be.
Dude,
There's so many animes.
You know what it is though? Like every time somebody suggests, like, I want a suggestion for anime, Scribe.
Scribe.
Every time. I can't not.
I remember I bought that when I went through it and I was like, I bought it.
Dude, it's 26 episodes, you have to watch it.
Yeah. Well, saying that, I want to recommend Sword Art Online. That's a really good one too. Full Metal.
Full Metal, there's like
My
Death Note,
Baby.
Naruto,
My Baby's
DBZ, Bleach. I don't know, all the big
Bleach
ones.
is good. It's got a lot of filler, but Naruto Shippuden's really good.
Shippuden, yeah. Which I haven't seen really much of.
Yeah,
I haven't really watched any.
Yeah, that's really good.
I haven't really watched any in like the past 5 years.
What's the most random console that you ever played?
Most random.
Most random, yeah.
I owned a Virtual Boy. I went.
Jesus Christ, that's true.
I had the games that hurt my eyes. Yep. Hurt my head.
It did.
Yeah. Hurt
You
my
get a
eyes.
headache after you play it for a little while.
Like you play it for like a half hour, you had to.
Your head hurt. Yeah, it was stupid. It's terrible.
Not cool. But I thought it was cool.
What's that guy's name? Something Gunpei. I can't think of his name, but he was really good. He created the Game Boy. Yeah, he's fucking smart as shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Come.
I don't know the name. I'm never gonna guess it.
I don't want to. Yeah, he's a great guy. I don't want to I don't want
guess
to mess with it either. I respect him. He passed away. Late great Gunpei or whatever his name is.
You know, it's not gonna be called that. Something else.
Sorry.
Different.
Rest in peace, sir.
Rip.
What else can we talk about?
Yeah. You know.
You want to talk about your moving kindergarten?
Yeah, I'm in the cafeteria in kindergarten.
This little kid.
What else is
this
there to
guy
know about that?
He's hanging out with this kid that we knew, Eric and Joey. And,
Eric was my favorite.
Yeah,
My
they were
best
like
friend.
best friends. And they went to the kindergarten one day and they decided to move the whole goddamn kindergarten.
Which I blame him. I don't remember it at all. I blame him. I don't know if it was his idea or not, but I mean, I can't really blame him because I was like, oh, that's probably all about it when he said it. Or like, we were probably like, man, this sucks. Like, oh, it's just, fuck these guys. Like,
Let's moon everyone.
like, let's moon everybody because that's like the greatest thing ever, you know? Fuck these guys. Like,
We used to live right down the road from school, so I was like,
yeah.
Mom got called in for that.
That was a small town.
And then same year, the kindergarten teacher was reading Dick and Jane. And she started saying it, and Chris raised his hand. Miss Coleman? Yes, Chris. You said a bad word. Well, I don't think I did. And she starts reading again. She says Dick and Jane. Miss Coleman, you said it again.
Dude.
And then she had to sit there and try to explain to him why it wasn't a bad word. It's his name. And then after about 2 sentences, she was like, I ain't getting anywhere with this. I'm just going to keep digging myself a hole.
You
She
know-
stops talking to him and calls my mom.
I feel like I already knew what it was. I was just trying to like make it awkward.
Dude, what the frick?
I was way ahead
This is
of my
all in the
ears.
same year. Kindergarten, dude. Kindergarten years.
Dude, I was way ahead of my ears then. I swear to God.
Yeah, that's because you're hanging out with your 2 older brothers. God damn, you were great.
I already knew about all that stuff when I was like 3. It's so bad. Nah, I was like 5 or 6 then. But yeah, I knew about everything. I really had to
Yeah,
learn
that was a fun story to talk about my mom.
Yeah. That's funny.
I don't know, man. Alright, so moving back, we're gonna go back just a little bit and talk about one more thing. What was the one toy? There was this one toy that you just couldn't get. You didn't have the money for it. You know, so
What?
you asked for it for Christmas, maybe. This is something you couldn't get.
The one thing that I wanted to never get.
Just something you wanted when you were a kid. What was the one thing that you really wanted when you were a kid?
I would say skateboard, but
Skateboard?
I eventually ended up getting that. Then like, What about like a metal DDR machine?
You got a metal pad.
Dude, that's the thing I wanted for like years though. I mean, like years. It's all I wanted was a metal pad, and I fucking used the shit out of it.
I still have it.
Dude,
I used to work in my house right now.
I had to like re-weld it because I fucking broke it because I used it so hard. Like, oh man, it was bad. Like,
We played DDR a lot.
yeah,
It was a good workout.
DDR
It was healthy.
I was super healthy playing that. Oh my god. I remember when I first started playing the group. First set I played, I puked it. Because I was so sick, so out of shape. Then like 2 months later, dude, I could be.
You were just right on top of it.
Oh my god, I was so healthy. I must have been so healthy. I wasn't smoking then. Oh man,
I remember
so good.
when we were younger. Well, seeing as we didn't get our freaking NES till 1992. Growing up, I wanted a Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. That's something I really wanted.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. And we went to this farm. We stayed on the farm for a while. I don't even know if you were born. But we stayed on a farm. We were watching it for somebody, and one of the teenagers that lived there had a Nintendo, and he had a job, and he had like a shelf, a whole shelf full of Nintendo games going all the way down. There's like 9 rows, full. Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that.
No, I do. It's one of those memories. I was like, "This happened, goddamn it! I want to get in that room."
I'm telling you, it happened.
We saw it once, and my dad had a key.
It was James Rolfe.
It probably was. It was AVGN. Angry Video Game Nerd. No,
It was
wasn't.
James.
No, it wasn't. But we, I so wanted to play Nintendo so fucking bad that I would like look under the door, under the crack, to see if I can see any games.
Man,
I would do that.
that's desperation for you.
It was bad, dude. Seriously, we had no money, and I wanted an NES. It was huge. NES was huge. So
I was just like, yeah.
I asked for that for many, many years until my mom and dad finally, in 1992, wanted to play Mario.
92.
And they got it.
Man,
My earliest memory of a video game is Pac-Man and the Atari 2600, honestly. Pac-Man.
wow, dude,
It was bad, man.
that's a long time ago.
It was bad. I really sucked at it. I always went for the big pellets first. My dad was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, no, I don't want it.
That's funny.
I'd watch my Thundercats, and then I'd play some Pac-Man.
You know, actually, we played a lot of sports when we were younger too.
Yeah.
Like, just recreation. Like
We did.
basketball, football, hockey.
Oh, how things have changed.
Yeah. No, I mean,
That was, you know what? We played a lot of sports games on Dreamcast.
yeah.
Sports games on Dreamcast were the shit.
That's
But
a lot.
one of my favorite games still is Phantasy Star Online. Yeah. We talk about that a lot.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. It's not really 10 out of 10. That game's kind of crappy sometimes. Like, it could be like really slow paced.
It's so grindy. And
It's so fucking nostalgic for us.
man, it's great memories linked to it. So.
Another system I really want to get into is TurboGrafx 16. Everybody keeps talking about it online. It's a system that nobody cared about. It didn't sell well. There's tons of them, and now the price is skyrocketing because people are like, "Oh my god, TurboGrafx!" I don't even know. I want to play it. I want to play it.
You know, you gotta get one. No.
I've never owned a Sega Master System.
Big one.
Sega Master System. You don't even know what that is.
That's the Japan one.
He doesn't know what it is. It's the thing that came out with Nintendo. It's the thing that fought Nintendo with Sega. It was 8-bit. They had 8-bit Sonic on there, actually.
Oh, is it? I know I've seen it.
You must have seen it.
It
It didn't beat Nintendo, obviously. No. But
Yeah, I remember that. A system I never played. I've seen it in videos. That's about it.
I remember going to. This is a great story. I remember going to my friend's house, Andrew Hawkins, and his brother was there, Derek. And he was older than us. He was in high school. And we would play. Yeah, he was our next door neighbor. We would play Nintendo. We all loved Nintendo. It was like a big thing then. That's when we got our Nintendo. We were friends, and Nintendo was huge.
Yeah.
Everybody had it. They had like 500 games, dude. Seriously.
How do you even afford that?
You know what's the sad part about it is they probably sold most of them for like so cheap, pure cheap. It hurts me now because games are hard to find that are cheap. But anyways,
it was still $40+ for like a fucking game back then.
yeah. Or you could go to garage sale and buy them easy. Nobody cared anymore.
That was the weird thing though. It's like you could buy a new game for Nintendo back then, and it would be like $50, but you can go to a garage sale and buy it for like $2.
Yeah.
Like
Because people didn't care. Because we're dumb. Anyways, one day I went over to his house and we were sitting there, and his brother was playing Punch Out, I think, and he made it to Sandman, I think. He was on a fucking roll. He didn't lose once. And I'd never seen this before. I never knew what Rage was.
Never knew what rage
This is the first time I experienced the rage.
Spite always rage.
He couldn't beat him, and then he got a game over after the last time he fought him, and he just. He was like Super Saiyan Derek Hawkins. He fucking stood up and took that Nintendo, fucking smashed it, took the paddle and smashed it, fucking stepping on it, breaking it. And Andrew's like, "Whoa, that's our game, and I'm just like, "Get me the fuck out of here! Get me the fuck out of here! Get me the fuck out of here!" Like I was afraid he's gonna come over and start beating the shit out of me or something, like throw me through the window. Oh,
dude, that reminds me of a toy we have when we were younger.
was it
I don't know why. The Bart Simpson.
Barthead? The Barthead. The infamous Barthead. Should we tell him
Bart
about that or
Simpson.
should we save it?
Man, I don't know. It's not a very long story. I mean,
Tune in next time for the Barthead.
the Barthead's coming.
Alright, let's take some viewer questions.
Yep.
I have two of them.
Alright.
Favorite PSP game? Have you played PSP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite PSP game? Probably DBZ fighting games. I don't know, man. There's a lot of good PSP games. Like,
DBZ's good.
for some reason, I really enjoyed like the aspect of like fighting on PSP and like having it be portable.
It was fun.
DBZ fighting games, Tekken,
Tag was good, yeah.
and of course RPGs on there because just Sony's really good with RPGs.
Final Fantasy 1 and 2.
Having RPGs.
What the hell else is on there? Oh, fuck, Crisis Core.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core.
Yeah.
Zack Story.
There's so many RPGs that like, oh my god, you can fucking go forever probably.
Actually, yeah, because I remember they re-released 4 or 2, whatever you want to call it. They redid the graphics and the music. That was fucking so amazing. Dissidia, the Final Fantasy fighting games.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. Fighting games are good at this.
Holy shit, I don't know what game I would pick.
Man, there's a lot.
There's too many.
Like even back in the day, like Ridge Racer.
Oh, I love Ridge Racer. I used to have a job at the hospital as a cleaner, and I would get done with all my stuff like 2 hours early. I would go hide in one of the spare rooms and just pull my PSP out, fucking RPGs and Ridge Racer all day long. Bop, 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 bop.
Man, I loved it.
Then Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
We like those.
We have to pick one. Just pick one.
Favorite would be DBZ fighting games, just in general.
In general.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be a tie between Final Fantasy 4 Redone and Crisis Core because I love Final Fantasy. I'm a Final Fantasy freak.
Yeah.
You are too, but
I mean, I am. I like to do what with
either,
something.
either way you said or I said, we can't fight with that.
No, I'm not gonna argue against it.
No, that's too true. It's good. Here's an interesting one. Marvel or DC? This is the next question.
So let's go over who has what.
Alright. Marvel,
Has what?
everything.
Marvel.
They have Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, the Avengers. Just think about it.
Batman has like.
No, DC.
I mean, DC has like Batman and Superman.
Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern.
Marvel.
He says Marvel. Why do you pick Marvel? I mean, I know they're hot right now. Marvel is the shit right now. It's the IP.
Even like 10 years ago, I'd pick Marvel just because I like the.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Marvel has X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about X-Men. How the hell did I forget X-Men?
We all grew up in Marvel, and I mean, yeah, DC too, but Marvel has always been more prominent. And like, I still think with Marvel, their superheroes are more interesting, more gritty, more realistic. I guess.
Really,
well, I don't know.
They ushered in a lot
DC
of
has Batman stuff.
a lot of Golden Age comics. Like, you're so good, man. Like with the Fantastic Four, Avengers, and X-Men. I mean, their number one issues. Spider-Man, number one issue too. It's like Spider-Man.
Oh man, they have so many good superheroes.
Fuck.
Hulk.
I'm torn because X-Men is probably my favorite franchise. But for me, I pick DC.
Yeah,
I do.
DC. Come on. Yeah, DC.
How can you say no to Batman? Just that's all I have to say. Is there any single character? You got Iron Man and Wolverine. They're fucking badass, but you got Batman. It's just something about him. It just really brings me in. It's so stupid for me to pick a franchise because I love Superman too. I like Man of Steel. I don't give a fuck if you guys didn't like it.
What's weird about Batman is like he's a billionaire, but he's like an everyday man.
He fights.
Which is like, I don't know.
It's
weird.
so
like they try
hard.
to do two different things.
Right now, Marvel is much more of a popular IP. They have more going for it. They've done the right things. Marvel's really done the right things. I think they're only going to see it get bigger because Sony and Marvel are talking right now. They want Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're in talks with Foxy with X-Men.
Yeah.
There's stuff going down.
I mean, it's even like video games and toys, just everything Marvel.
Frank Miller's Dark Knight Rises and
I mean,
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, but Batman vs Superman.
The Dark Knight Rises.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah. But you know the story behind it, right? It's an older Batman for fighting Superman.
Doesn't matter what it is. It's gonna be awesome.
Dude, it is. I kind of already know what's gonna happen because I read it. But
Really though, I mean, like Batman versus Superman is like on par with like Freddy versus Jason.
it really fucking is. I mean,
How many years did everybody want that to happen? It was like, yes.
What's cool is happening in the Avengers gonna be Civil War. It's gonna be Captain America and Iron Man. It's gonna be this fucking huge battle between what's right. Should people with special powers and stuff have to, check in with the government and say, hey, I'm one of these people.
But
And Robert Downey Jr. says, yeah, it's something we should do because it shows that we can be trusted. And Captain America's like, no, hell no. He's like, that's taking our freedom away. He's like, that's crossing the line right there. It can go either way, really.
I feel like that's very similar to the X-Men story.
It is. X-Men, that is huge for the X-Men. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel deals with that stuff a lot. Yeah, they do.
They deal with like human rights to like superheroes.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Because really though, if you think about it, a superhero like actually in real life, if we knew they had the power, we would want to lock them down because they'd be able to do anything they wanted.
There's a lot of bad people. And you just hope that you have them.
They don't have the moral judgment.
Are we the ones? Do we have the right to take away their power, their freedom? You know what I mean?
No, it's just we shouldn't have to. But like at the same time, if they did anything with it, it'd have to be for good, or else it'd be locked down. Even then, people wouldn't even trust it. They'd probably have to like do something good, like before anybody knew. And they're like, "Yeah, I use my powers for that, so you can trust me." I have powers.
I just saw something actually. Oh my god, it's gonna pump you up. 92 X-Men. That was the year the X-Men cartoon came out.
Yeah.
Marvel is like teasing all these like different eras of stuff, and they showed a 92 X-Men cover with like Jubilee and all the X-Men. Like, okay. My two favorite animated cartoon series have to be X-Men and Batman. Yeah, Batman animated series. Though, man, we used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, we did.
That was a great fucking series. And like going back to it now, the thing is about it as an adult, I fucking love it. I fucking appreciate the shit out of it. It's so good. Fucking good.
So well written.
Same thing. I went back to X-Men. I'm like, oh my god, the fucking stories in this are amazing.
So good.
So
ahead of their time. Man.
So yeah, remember all the cards we collected?
Mm-hmm.
Fleer 94, X-Men 94.
Mm-hmm.
I have a complete deck.
We used to love cards, but
Well, the thing is, back in the it really bothers me. Well, they're still worth money. They're still worth quite a bit of money now. Back in the day, they were so popular. They were thinking by the time we got to be adults, they were going to be worth thousands and thousands of dollars. But then that's when the market crashed with all the baseball cards and everything. So all the cards went down. Yep. I'm gonna give a shit. I still love them.
It's just like with arcades. Arcades kind of crashed.
Arcades, yeah.
Like they crashed and then they came back and they crashed again.
Big news from Japan, motherfucker.
Tell me.
I'm really excited about it.
Arcades.
Please. Luigi's Mansion. It's coming to arcades in Japan.
All right.
On Halloween, they had one set up for Luigi's Mansion. They're testing the market. Nintendo is get back into it.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
That's it. It's pretty cool. Get out. Dude, it pumped me up hardcore, man.
Luigi's Mansion. You were more all about that than I was. I don't know. I haven't played that game that much.
You missed out on the GameCube a lot, I think.
I was more all about the Mario Kart coming to arcade.
They had two versions of that. We only played the one.
Yeah, I know. I hated
At least we got one of the versions.
I hated it because it cost so much. It was like $1 for the race.
It really was, yeah, I know.
What's the point? The coolest thing was you could save your shit.
What was that other racing game? What do they have now?
Initial D.
Initial D. Yeah, that game's fun.
There was that. There was Midnight. Something.
Rush.
No.
Rush is good. I like Rush.
No, it was a new, like, kind of like Initial D, but it was like new school. And it's the same thing, like you could put your card in there and you could save it all. It was really good.
By the way, where we live, we don't really have a mall anymore. It's kind of dead, and our arcade's kind of dead, and we've kind of lost everything up here.
There's an arcade in there, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
It's like the same thing as like the past 20 years.
It's yeah. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's a sad day.
Yeah.
I remember doing. Oh man, do you remember? First time I saw Street Fighter 2 was at EB Games actually. Yeah. But then it came to the arcade, and I remember putting a quarter up there to play it. Man, that and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Simpsons arcade game.
Dude, back in the day, we used to have to put quarters up to get in line.
The good old days.
Put it on the screen.
Let's go. Now you see a Tekken machine. There's like no one there.
Oh god, I used to love doing it on Tekken machines. Just like that was so fun.
Who's your favorite Tekken character?
My favorite Tekken character. Oh, pick Wang. Eddie.
Who was the guy that kicked?
That was Wang or Big.
No, he started with an H, didn't he?
No, yeah, Wang.
Wang, that's right.
It's spelled Howrang or something like that, but it's pronounced Wang.
Yeah.
But,
My favorite Street Fighter 2 character.
oh wait, my favorite Tekken character is Hihachi. Sorry,
I love him.
he was my
I know.
favorite character.
I know. By far.
Oh yes, we'll go with him. But what was it? What was
Street
it?
Fighter?
Street Fighter. I know you'd say Ryu.
Yep. Always.
Like Blanca.
Really? He
I
did
mean,
love
He
Blanca.
was my favorite back in the day. Nowadays, I would say like Ken. Ken was my favorite.
Ken has gotten. I like Ken a lot too.
They're still similar styles, but like Ken's more physical.
There's a lot of new characters. Like I just played the new Street Fighter, and I was like, they are all pretty fucking good. They're
Their movesets are just
really good.
fun.
Yeah.
Just really good to use. Yeah.
Really well, and they're just good. They all were well balanced.
What about Mortal Kombat? I feel like I know your favorite character.
Oh yeah. What's your, wait? Say yours first.
It'll be the opposite of yours.
Well, it's fucking
Oh
obvious.
well, maybe not though. Actually, it's either Noob Saibot or Scorpion.
Mine's definitely Sub-Zero.
Yeah, it's the ninjas, man.
It's fucking ninjas, dude. Fucking Ryu and Sub-Zero.
I really liked.
You like Ken? Fucking.
for Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah.
It was Nightwolf, I think, or Noob Saibot.
Nightwolf was pretty good.
I got really good with him.
I actually kind of got good with Raiden.
Raiden, yeah.
Raiden was really good. He reminded me a lot of Sub-Zero, actually.
Reptile was really good.
Not Sub-Zero. Ryu.
Ryu, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of the same moveset, actually. Teleported around a lot.
Man, I could never pick a favorite fighting game of all time. I just thought about that.
Dude, favorite fighting game? Battle Arena Toshinden.
Alright, get the fuck out. For nostalgia, I love that game too.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't know if I can pick one. I can't.
Favorite fighting franchise?
For fighting or for games you enjoy? It matters.
It has to be fighting and
For fighting, it's Street Fighter. It has to be because they're the fucking they're the ones. Street Fighter and Tekken are tied. For 3D Fighter, it's Tekken. For 2D Fighter, it's Street Fighter.
yeah, but you can't.
But for fun, it's Dragon Ball Z all the way. I fucking love Budokais and
Not Mortal Kombat. You didn't even
Tenkaichis.
mention Mortal Kombat.
Nope.
It's up there. It's still top 5 though.
Well, yeah, it's definitely top 5, but it's on the outer.
4 or 5.
You don't go to the tournament and see Mortal Kombat. Sorry.
Dude, have you ever been to a Mortal Kombat tournament?
Street Fighter and Tekken was that. More
Dude.
Street Fighter.
Back in the day when Ultimate MK3 was out.
Okay, Ultimate MK3 was hot then, though. What I'm saying
Fucking
is,
awesome,
you
dude.
go to a tournament now,
Street Fighter.
it's Street
Smash
Fighter.
Brothers.
Tekken's still there.
Smash.
Smash. Oh, I forgot about Smash.
There's a lot of
Smash is
fighting
kind of.
games.
I think Smash is kind of simplistic. That's my personal opinion. I think you get a couple buttons. It's not like
It's still so competitive, bro.
I can't argue
It's
that.
wicked competitive. It's crazy how competitive, actually. 'Cause it's
This is on the dawn of the new one coming out this month, actually, for
Yeah.
the Wii U. Dating this video right now.
exciting. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Super Smash,
There's too many.
DBZ.
Fuck it.
No, but like saying all those, like, I really can't think of a lot more. Like, what about like what about like Clay Fighters back in the day and like
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct?
Ah.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of fucking
Shut
fighters.
Shut up. Too many goddamn fighters.
Killer Instinct was the shit back in the day.
Ugh, dude. That
Loved
was
it
so
much.
fucking good.
God, that was so fucking fun. You know what was the best button mashing game ever? I can mash buttons all day in that game.
That's hard to even, like, I can't fight with that.
It was so fun, but that's why I like playing back in the day, because you can mash buttons and do awesome.
I think my favorite game of all time would have to be Star Wars Connect.
Alright, I'm leaving. We're cutting the video off there. I'm done.
Yeah, we're done.
Yep.
Quit. I don't know. Thanks for watching Nerd Channel. We appreciate it. Nerd Podcast. Whatever the fuck you want to watch.
Nerdcast.
Nerd Podcast.
I wear a cast and it says nerd on it. So yeah.
Thanks
Have
for
a good
watching,
day.
guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Subscribe.
Do that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Follow. Subscribe. Esprado. We're on iTunes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Search Nerd Podcast, I think. Right?
Yeah, Nerd Podcast.
Alright.
Alright. Thanks for watching.